Alright.
This is the first time having 2 guests on.
Ooh.
I'm so excited.
The first threesome.
First threesome. Welcome to Aimen and Mahid,
Thank you.
my good friends from Canada. This is the second time I've had Canadians on, and I'm super excited. I got to talk to Josh a couple days ago.
Nice.
It was awesome. He's less.
okay.
He's alright. He was less patriotic. I feel than we are because
Yes.
I was super excited about it. He was like,
Yeah.
it's alright.
Western Canadians.
Western. I know. That's what I said. It's a Western thing.
It is
So you guys
Western.
are from Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
Fine. Since you're from Toronto.
She's actually from Scarborough. Doesn't really count, you know.
Doesn't count
Don't you
at
hate
all.
that when
Where is
people
it?
do that?
Yeah. I'm
It's
from
like-
Toronto.
Yeah.
I'm not. Scarborough. Anyway, so they're here and today. We're breaking our alcohol streak by trying fruit.
Awesome. Let's do it.
The first one we have is what is this? A dragon fruit?
I think so.
Yeah.
Beautiful, amazing dragon fruit. I have no idea what these are.
I don't know.
Cherry bombs.
Yeah, they look like a bomb. They do. This could be an apple. I haven't decided yet. This is a star fruit. Mango.
Lychee.
Lychee. Pomelo, my personal favorite, and we have a durian waiting for the final surprise. Mahid is not excited.
We will have to run. We will have to evacuate.
I already started to cut into it, and it is not smelling good. Actually, I don't mind it. It's just really strong.
Well,
You guys have been in China the same amount of time I have, which is
10 months?
10
9 months?
10 months. And where were you before this?
We were in England for
Oh.
2 years.
Why?
Also teaching there.
Good.
There's as you know, there's no teaching jobs in Canada.
Ooh, it's big. It's so beautiful.
So yeah, we were just didn't want to be homeless and unemployed in Toronto, so we thought maybe we should just branch out and then
Be
England.
homeless and unemployed somewhere else.
And unemployed somewhere else. So you guys said there's no teaching jobs in Canada. So
Yeah.
you went to school for teaching, like you have a degree in teaching
Yeah.
from U of T.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, yeah.
Somehow that happened.
Yep.
And you this is beautiful. That's really bland. It doesn't taste like much.
It's just like a little bit sweet and a little bit sour.
Kind of watery.
Yeah, I don't care for it.
Yeah, it was nice.
I
Refreshing.
really like it, actually.
I mean,
I bet if you
would like
freeze
that.
this would be amazing ice cream.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
What's your specialization? What were your teachables?
Family studies and social studies. But to be honest, it depends really on the province and like how you get hired onto the school. Sometimes you can kind of like teach whatever the principal tells you or whatever you end up doing.
Okay.
That actually happens everywhere. Like even in Ontario, like you can have whatever teachable you have, but if they need something, then they can ask you for it. What is that?
Yeah, right? Okay. Look at it.
What?
It's completely red on the outside, but the inside it's
Did you just touch it? You just poked at
you
it.
poked it.
So is that like is the outer bit like the shell or like this the?
Wow.
Wow. Oh no. I'm sorry.
Oh no, we dropped the inside. The inside's
So I
gone.
guess do we eat that?
I think you eat the inside. I'll
But
teach
do
you.
we eat the
That's cool.
fleshy bit also? Like, cause the inside is fleshy.
You can try, I'm sure.
Here, try it.
Maybe that's like the skin bit. Maybe you're not supposed
Yeah,
to.
I don't think you're
No,
supposed
but like
No, I don't think
it's
so.
soft
It's
enough.
like peaches.
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Ah, it's
That's
bitter.
gonna happen.
Oh god, I feel like a dummy.
What about that bit?
I don't know.
That's definitely the fruit bit. It's like it feels like a lychee or like a plum
I feel
or
like
something.
that non-thing bit is the seed.
Whoa, this is really good.
Is it?
Try it. Try it. It's like really juicy and like kind of sweet and
It
sour.
looks like a lychee.
It's really. I might have another one. It's really
Yeah,
good.
yeah, cut another one.
Holy, that was so good.
We'll retire this one now.
And your teachables?
Oh, my teachables are biology and social science and sciences, but I haven't.
So she's
done-
taking our jobs.
But I haven't taught my social science, to be honest.
So you went into that, and you guys, where were you teaching before you came to China?
I was teaching in England in a small town called Rugby, which is
Good old rugby.
That's where like baseball was invented, right?
Yeah.
That's why it's called rugby, because baseball
Yeah.
came from
I
there.
think that's accurate. I
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah, you guys can have
You
that
can
one.
share that with me.
Well, I'll have this
Here.
one.
Oh, yeah?
I'll have this one. She can have the other half.
Yeah, it was good. We were there for 2 years, but I mean, it was good in the sense that like we got settled there and like, you know, we started our married life there.
Yeah, so you guys are married.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been married?
Just over 2 years.
Aww.
Yeah.
Why am I holding? I'm holding the fork like this. Like I feel like a dummy. Like what am I doing? I know how to hold a fork. I promise.
But England was really nice, actually.
Tell us.
Rugby was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's an interesting town because it has like a mixed population, really, of people that, just like much of England, you know, you've got the haves and have-nots. Right. Some kids go to grammar school. Your parents are wealthy.
So what type of school were you guys teaching at? Like public school?
Not a grammar school, yeah.
Like
We were teaching at like a failed school
no.
that got shut down, and they brought in people that are very like, yes, we're on our way, yes. And
very military.
very
no.
like,
To turn it around, basically.
Oh, okay.
and they were just very, very struggling, and the blame was on the teachers. The kids were totally lost.
So is that what eventually drove you out of England?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we quit after 2
We were
years.
fine.
Couldn't do
We were
it.
fine living there. We liked our house there. We liked our friends there.
Oh, loved our friends there,
Yeah,
man.
We had a great time, but it was
English
just the
people
9
are
to
very
5.
sweet, very nice.
Yeah, but the 9 to 5, I couldn't do it.
Okay, interesting. So eventually you landed in China. What brought you to China? Like how did you end up here? What was your process? Looking for a job?
So we knew that our visa was coming to an end in England, and like we couldn't go back to Canada just yet because A, we couldn't find a job here, and B, like we had astronomical amounts of student debt.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, we need to go somewhere else. And initially we were thinking Middle East, and we were applying for jobs like non-stop applying for jobs. Here's Bruno. And we got him in China.
We can talk about him later.
Yeah, so we were applying for jobs, and then we got a couple of jobs, super well paying. Then I contacted one of my friends from Teachers College because she worked in Kuwait for a year, and I was like, okay, this is what I've been offered. What do you think? She said the money is fantastic, but it's not worth it. And I was like, really? She was like, it doesn't matter what, like it does. It's just like, don't take it. No matter how much they pay you, it's not worth it. And I was like, wow, okay, that's convincing. Because she lived there for a year.
Yeah.
And she said, hey, come to China, I'm in Nanjing, and I teach here, and it's great. So I was like, okay. So just that night, after I was like messaging her on Facebook, I emailed the principals at the school here, and the next morning we had an interview, and that evening we had a job.
Wow.
So that was it.
So you just went through you got a job within the day.
Wasn't the day we got lucky like that. It was good. We had a good interview, and like our principal's awesome, like our school's great, and like, but yeah, that was at the end of May, and then after that it was just like a process of like packing, moving, visas and such, and here we are.
All right, the next one is this strange looking
Apple pepper.
Apple bell.
Apple pepper, bell pepper.
Bell pepper.
Pretty generic.
You can eat the skin in this one, but I'm not gonna, just to be on the safe side. Tastes like a pear. Like a bland pear.
It's super watery.
Yeah.
Doesn't have much taste.
Yeah.
What do you think, Bruno?
You have some?
He's looking and he's trying it. So disclaimer about fruit in China, like anywhere you go, mostly you should like wash or peel the fruit. I forgot to wash this one, so Aimen and I are kind of eating it like this.
Yeah, we're not gonna eat these.
On the inside is fine, but I wash.
Wait, we're not eating the skin?
No, because we didn't wash it. It's not a good idea.
You will be perfectly fine though. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna tell anyone they're gonna be perfectly fine, but for the most part, like I've had friends just buy an apple at a vendor and eat it right there and be fine. But always exercise caution. But I've never had a problem. But just for on the safe side, always like wash it.
Yeah.
I actually like it. I think it's good. Yeah. You arrived in China. How was that? Everyone has kind of a different travel story about getting here. Was it easy? Was it difficult?
It was rough because there's like so much startup cost, and people don't know, but in China, you have to pay 3 months rent up front plus a month deposit, so it's 4 months of rent. And we were not aware of that, and obviously we hadn't gotten paid yet. We're Canadian citizens, born not in Canada, applying out of England,
Ooh.
and we're not white. Ultimately, is the biggest challenge. So the visa process is actually so like the visa process, like we had all the paperwork ready to go, but they just wouldn't believe that we had our degrees from where we said we had the degrees from.
Really?
Yeah, so like we have a degree from University of Toronto, which is obviously a reputable university.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
so many Chinese students go there over for their education and stuff. So we sent them our degrees, and they kept responding back with saying, "What does this mean? What does that mean? Like, what does the Latin like motto of the university mean? Who signed your degree?
And who
like,
knows
who's
that?
this person?" And I'm just like, I don't. I'm like, they came pre-printed, right? Like all these things. So, and because of the time delay, we would always get the emails like the next day.
Yeah,
and we would respond, and then they would get the next day after that. So it would take 2 days turnaround.
Oh.
And it was never like, here's all of our questions, go. It was like, here's one question. Now another.
Yeah.
Now another.
Yeah.
And so like our time, like we were cutting it really close to like when we had to be flying out, and we still didn't have our visa, to the point that we booked our tickets, still didn't have our visa, and just had to go through a whole bunch of like bureaucratic stuff of like going to a lawyer in England, because they would only accept if you like had like a lawyer
Like
present.
notarize?
Well,
Or-
first to notarize a document to swear that we are who we say we are. Then to take that notarized document to a lawyer and like literally put her hand up just in a room with a lawyer
Wow.
and us. And we're like, yeah, we solemnly swear. And like it's like a proper like spell
Wow.
of sorts. And then he just signed a piece of saying like, yep, they swore in front of me. Here you are. And you're like, what?
Wow, that's
And-
crazy.
But we did
It's-
see like sparks go off. Second, there was.
There was
Yeah.
some magic.
You
Yeah.
like heard the Jumanji beat in the background?
It was just weird because nobody has any way of like knowing, but it was just like the process that we had to go through, swearing in a room somewhere in rugby, so that we could then be like, yep, we swore it. Here's a paper to show that we
Wow.
swore it.
That's crazy. I never
Yeah.
had to do that.
Yeah, a lot of white people did not have to do that.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm so sorry that was your experience. But
Yeah, China was not subtle.
here, let's eat our Starburst.
Okay.
I think it tastes way different than the ones like in Canada. Maybe I'm crazy, but
Yeah.
it's much stronger. Like the taste, I remember thinking it was very bland,
It's
but
a
it's
little bit
really pungent.
like a little spicy. Like, does it smell spicy?
It's kind of like a bell pepper
yeah, but like
that
Yeah, I like a sweeter, like eating a sweet.
mingled with a cantaloupe.
that
That's what a
makes sense. Yeah.
starfruit is.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I can't do it. I don't think it's almost too sour for me. Okay, so you got to China, and then how was that? Did you get culture shock? Did you get food shock? What? What happened?
Do you want to say
I
that?
think we were just like stupidly naive about how we thought anybody and everywhere in the world speaks English, so just show up and say, hey, and things would be fine. They
Hey,
were
I'm
not.
here.
Yeah.
So I think just the language barrier was the biggest shock. And everything else, you know, you use anywhere you go, it's a big surprise.
So you spoke no Chinese when you got here?
No.
Did we even say? Did we know ni hao even? I don't think I knew that.
It's because it happened in such a short amount of time. You had no time to
Yeah,
like.
yeah. Ultimately, that's the thing.
There's this weird thing that happens in Chinese airlines, and I'm not sure what it is because I saw it. Okay, so I saw it on Keenan Cornelius's Instagram story of he was flying to China for a jiu-jitsu tournament, and he was like in the airplane. He's like, "Oh, we're landing. What the fuck is going on?" Because there was these people, like the air hostesses, as the plane was landing, they had like these sprays of something. They're just like spraying the whole cabin
Really?
and like the floor, like the carpeted floor
Yeah.
and like the seats, and they're just like spraying. And there's just like him and his face in the camera being like, "What are they spraying? We're about to land. Why aren't they sitting down? Like, what's going on?" So I was like, "Huh, that's strange." I didn't know that we were gonna be in China, obviously. So like a year later, when we were landing in China, the same thing happened, and I'm like, I saw this on Instagram. What? So I, to this day, don't know what they were spraying and why they were spraying specifically right before landing. Like, was it?
No, I don't know. Maybe someone can like enlighten us on that. That's
I have no clue what that
that's
was.
interesting.
And so
I saw something on Instagram and it happened in real life.
that didn't happen to you when you were flying.
No.
See, a lot of people said that had happened to them.
What company did you guys fly in with?
Like, forget now. It was one of the Chinese airlines.
Yeah,
Sure.
I was with China Southern, and it was pretty great. It was a massive, biggest plane I'd ever been on, because it was a long haul plane.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a great time. It was great. I was about to be so happy with them, but they essentially lost one of my luggage, and they didn't get it back for 3 weeks. So that was why I got a little sour, and will not fly with them again. I guess let's crack into our next one. Mahid is so excited. Lychee, I love lychee.
Same. Let's do it. I'm gonna like peel it.
When I was, I had my ankle was fractured. I don't think I've talked about that yet.
No, you haven't.
No.
But to anyone on the video, but it'll be a time for another video. When I had my ankle fractures when I first got to China, someone brought me a box of lychees.
Nice.
And
No way.
I was so
Here, pass the
happy.
time.
Yeah, well, they're like, here, you can't get food yourself. Have 100 lychees. And I got a box of milk. That was great.
That's cool. Were they
but I
Chinese by
love-
any chance?
The people
Yeah.
that brought it to me?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a really cool thing. Like I've had it like whenever friends come over to our place, if they're Chinese, they'll always bring like a ton of fruits and stuff.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
like nuts and like they don't just bring like the basic like chips. Like they actually bring good things. Yeah, that's true.
No, fruit is so, I want to say plentiful here.
Yeah.
It's just, it's everywhere, yeah.
Every street corner has a fruit vendor somewhere, like at the back of a van,
And it's not-
or like a cart or something.
To me, I really love it because it's refreshing, because it's not, you just go to a grocery store and buy fruit like I'm used to. Like you go to the corner fruit market where they probably got it in from the local country. Like, having said that though, I expected it to be cheaper. It's not so cheap. Like it's slightly more cheap than it'd be in Canada, but it's still like,
It's pretty expensive,
It's expensive, yeah. The other cool thing about these two is that they are highly trained Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu assassins.
I'm not highly trained. I only have
Highly
two belts on
trained.
my white belt. 2 stripes. I should take one off.
But they do jiu-jitsu, and humble brag, I did it for a period, really liked it, but
You're really good at it.
Oh, thank you.
It's really cool. It's really cool. Really fun. Do it. You'll never regret it. I think you gotta try to be able to really talk about it a certain way. It's kind of like dancing mixed with fighting.
Martial arts.
Yeah.
Dancing
right?
martial arts.
Yeah. What
That
did you
might
think
be-
about it when you did it?
I had never done it. I did kickboxing for a couple of years, so I was excited to try jiu-jitsu. I thought it was great. Like, it's a lot of fun. It is. It's really great. It's very cathartic.
You can't always backshit problems to make it go away.
Yeah,
right?
you can't always punch your problem away.
Yeah, sometimes it won't. Sometimes it's this massive thing that's suffocating, and you have to learn how to make a little bit of space.
The way I got into it was because we had moved to Rugby, it's a super small town, and he's a purple belt, and so he needed like a partner, basically, just like a body to keep in like somewhat of like good reflexes and stuff. So I was like a reluctant dummy, really. And like just through that, I kind of learned and picked up a couple of things. So obviously, otherwise, like I wouldn't be able to like be a good training partner. And so that happened for like on and off for about 1.5 years, but like very inconsistent. And when we moved to China, I trained again, like not super regularly, but like a little bit ish for like a couple of months. So like, I think that I got better than someone who was just going to a gym on and off for a year.
Definitely.
So then I got my 2 stripes. When we got first finished with the interview, like finish on Skype. All right, goodbye, thank you, blah, blah, blah. Close the Skype. He right away went on to Google, like just Google like Nanjing, BJJ. Yep, they have a gym, we're moving there.
Tell me about how you got Bruno.
Oh yeah, Bruno, come here.
We're talking about you.
So we were actually at a work conference and a friend was like, oh, a friend of mine in Shanghai found a puppy in a dumpster. And like this poor guy's in a dumpster. He had like bite marks up here.
Oh
like,
my God.
He wasn't doing well, but she couldn't keep him because of landlord issues and things like that. So he's like, oh, she wants to give a puppy away. Who wants it? And he's always wanted a dog. And I've always been like, no, we can't. And then he's like, hey, blah blah blah. Do you want a puppy? And I was like, yeah, okay. And I remember his face was just like, what? And I was like, yeah. And he like backed away like, okay, I'm gonna go tell him I'm gonna get a puppy. And then, yeah, he came all the way from Shanghai, the Shanghai dumpster dog.
He's a Shanghai dumpster dog. And you also have a cat.
before we came to China, I was on the Nanjing Expat group on Facebook, and somebody had posted that they're leaving China. They found this kitten in a rainstorm with like a broken tail.
Oh.
And like, we can't keep her because we're leaving. Who wants her? And I was like, I'm gonna be there next week. I will come and take her. And that's what I did.
That's great.
Yeah.
The amount of strays you see around is it's very upsetting. There's a cat next door that I pet I spent 10 minutes petting her yesterday. I want to adopt every cat I see. So like, good for you guys. And look at him. Isn't he the sweetest thing? He never barks.
No.
He's so well behaved. He's such a baby. How old is he?
11 months out.
11 months
Maybe
old.
10,
Hey,
11 months
get out of
old.
here. Ugh.
We don't know what kind he is though.
Yeah, if anyone can shed some light on this.
What kind of dog is he? We don't know. Like he's probably like a mutt of some kind.
Oh, he's definitely a mutt.
Yeah. But like, I don't know what.
A what mutt?
A what mutt?
What mutt is he? Okay, let's get down, Bruno. Unless you want to go to Mahid. Alright, I'm going to cut the last one. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful. It's rather small because you're kind of out of season.
We were on the airplane. I think we just landed. And these two really, really cute people were just like, "Oh, hey, are you Bruno Mars?" My friend thinks you're Bruno Mars. And I was like, "Oh, you're cute," but no. Way off. And then later on we were like searching for our luggage and we couldn't find it. And then we saw those two girls again, and they were so sweet. They were like, they helped out, they gave us directions about where to go and like what to do and all that stuff. So it's just been such a lucky name. So when we got him, it was just like, definitely a Bruno.
Yeah, they are exhausted today. The energy in the room is definitely great, but has an air of tiredness in it because these two did a triathlon this morning because they are champion bikers.
And what's really fun about it is that you can do it in teams of 3.
Mm-hmm.
So we did it in teams of 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like a relay.
And like a relay triathlon. And yeah, it was exhausting. So we ended up getting lost, finding the trailer or whatever, and trying to get back on it. And in total, we calculated like from home to home, we probably bike close to 60 kilometers today.
Oh my god.
That was pretty fun.
Raise your hand if you biked 60 kilometers today.
So yeah, it was good. Like, we started out super early. We had to wake up at 3:45.
Oh my god.
We had to like leave the house by 4:30. Like, it was really dark outside. It was kind of cool, and then we saw the sunrise while we were biking, which was nice.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was a really good day for a triathlon. But yeah, it was like on a mountainside, so there's a lot of hills, a lot of ups and downs, and we were just exhausted by the end of it because like my legs just could not continue.
I mean, I don't know about you. When I bike 60 kilometers, I like to go for a run after.
No.
Right? You know, just
Light
cool
jog.
off.
You just need a light jog, like a light
There was
half
this
marathon.
one kid who was 14 who came in first overall and did all 3 things by himself. What?
I think today was one of those days where you realize how old you are because you're like, why can I not keep up with a 14-year-old? Oh god, my knees, my hips.
Jiu-jitsu and a puppy and a bicycle. That's how they live their life. Bruno,
Yeah, pretty much.
jiu-jitsu, and biking.
And Caramel.
Oh yeah.
She's our cat.
And Caramel, the cat.
Yeah.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
She is.
I love her. The two of them are so funny, Bruno and Caramel.
Yeah,
Obsessed with them.
they're awesome.
What do you think of this, the pomelo?
You know what?
Mm.
It's normally awesome, but because out of season it's like not as juicy. But normally it's like super.
Actually, I prefer this.
Really?
Yeah, I prefer this one where it's like less like juicy. It's the dripping all over you. This one's like just kind of crunchy and like still tasty. I much prefer like this one.
Huh. We teach at a Canadian school here, and I love it a lot. It's awesome. I love it. Canadian schools are just better all around. So.
Because they're Canadian.
Because they're Canadian.
It's a BC school.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a BC school because there's just so much more autonomy for teachers, and like you just feel happy and passionate teaching what you're teaching because like you've been given this trust. And yeah, the kids here are great. Like they work really hard. I think they're overworked really because some of these kids like go to school in the mornings and they have like all these extra like tutoring centers and like violin classes and this and that.
I definitely agree.
Yeah, they're overworked.
They're
for
overworked.
sure.
Yeah.
Kids are absolutely amazing. So much fun every day. like we're exhausted. But honestly, you know, like I've never looked forward to marking until now. The more you tell someone exactly what to do and you micromanage them and you evaluate them and you hold them up to standards and you compare them and the more somebody wants a way out. The Canadian education system is so not that. You know, it's very much like, right, we're here because kids want to get into university, they want to make them better human beings, let's get on that. You, what are you doing? Go work with the team, get that happening. Come back, tell us what's going on, you know?
So it's pretty ideal you guys are like working for a Canadian school like and not in Canada, like in China where there's a job for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
But that's the thing though, this is why there's no job solutions in Canada, because there's obviously are problems with the education system. It's not like it's not perfect, obviously it's not.
Yeah.
But there's a reason why there's no jobs, right? Like people aren't leaving. Because why would you?
Yeah.
It's pretty like all the jobs are like they're stable, they're taken.
Yeah.
And when you're in the job, you do it for 30 years.
Yeah.
And it's hard,
Yeah, so we're really waiting for like that retirement boom to happen, and I think it's happening, but I don't think it's happening like fast enough.
But the thing is, I think what Eamon's trying to say is that compared to other places where, you know, someone who's been working there for 3 years can end up being a very high up there person. Somebody working there for 5-6 years in Canada is like, great, you're still almost a new teacher. You're just you're not a new teacher.
For sure.
Yeah.
Whereas in some parts of the world, 5-6 years, you're already a principal somewhere, and you know you think you know everything.
Yeah.
It absolutely is terrible for new teachers trying to get in.
Yeah.
But you know.
And you like, especially if you're trying to be a teacher in like Toronto or
Of
like
course,
in Ottawa, or like there's no
I'd
jobs,
love to
but
do
if you're
that.
trying to like, I'm sure they're looking desperately for teachers in like the middle of nowhere. Like towns, right?
But, like, no one wants to go
Come on, teachers in Toronto, get out.
Move out of Toronto, go to the middle of North. You taught in the North for a period of time.
Yeah, for one school year almost. Yeah. It was rough. It's rough, but again, like had I not left, I wouldn't have like A, known like what I'm capable of doing as a teacher. B, I would have never seen Canada really. It's good, like it's good to get out of your comfort zone for any profession to, you know, just do something different.
Yeah. And here we all are. Look at us.
In China.
I think I want to cut that durian.
Oh god.
Look at it. It does not want to be eaten.
It is spiky.
It looks like a hedgehog who intermingled with a dragon.
It is spiky. You try not to hurt, like it. I can't hold it, like it's.
It actually hurts to hold, yeah. Like it's kind of sharp. Bruno doesn't mind.
He doesn't mind it at all. He's okay with it. I don't know what to eat.
I think you just eat the squishy
I just don't think you do.
Oh. No. Does it taste good?
It smells. Oh my god.
Do it.
I can't. Like it smells.
Wait. Let me smell it.
Just do it.
It smells like garbage. And
no, it tastes like exactly like, because I've had durian flavored stuff before.
okay.
Like and I've had it before. It's
I don't know if it was like eating garlic. I don't want my breath to smell bad. Although garlic is infinitely better tasting.
What if he eats it?
Oh, Bruno,
Oh my God.
I don't want you to eat it, Bruno.
Oh no.
Don't do it to yourself, man.
I can't.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to try it. No.
It's a booyah from me.
That is, oh my god, get that out of my sight. Get it out.
Hang on. Oh, it's so sharp. How do you pick it up?
Okay.
Ow.
Is it Wo Shihuan?
Ugh.
Sihuan?
That actually hurts to hold.
It is.
Don't
It's
like.
literally sharp.
Like this is the creamy fruit part, and then you got like this fat seed in the middle, and I see
It's
it's all
basically
around.
the soul of an angry dragon in fruit form.
Oh, it smells so bad, and it also hurts to
And it's
hold.
still
So
attached.
who thought this would be good to eat?
If this was a Pokemon, it would do so much damage.
That's true.
I just feel like who saw go like, you know what that is?
That looks like dinner.
Yeah, it's like it hurts to hold it, and it
Let's
smells
eat it.
like garbage. But we should eat it.
So what was your favorite one?
I like. This is my personal favorite.
The dragon fruit?
Always.
Really?
Look at how pretty it is. It's like a flower and.
Mahid, what was your favorite one?
I don't know. I like all of them. What,
Yeah.
what did you like?
I like the lychee.
Leash them.
Yeah, I thought you
Favorite
were
one.
gonna say that.
Easily favorite one, the lychee.
They're pretty.
We never had the mango.
We've had mango.
We've had mango. We know mango.
Yeah.
I actually really did like this one too. It was really
That
nice on
was
the
that
outside.
one.
It was
Yeah.
almost like a lychee. Like it tasted.
Oh
almost
yeah,
like
yeah,
a lychee,
that
one.
too.
The star fruit was a miss for me. Pomelo is always a good time. I
Yeah.
love pomelo.
That apple bell pepper thing was really nice too.
That-
Yeah, it was rather crisp. It was rather plain, but
Apple bell pepper.
apple bell pepper. In
Not
conclusion, eat all the food you can when you come to China because they've got lots of good stuff.
They do.
And
it's
as you
way
know-
cheaper.
But don't trust that.
Don't trust this. No, try and do it. Try it. It was a good time. I don't regret it. It's going right in the garbage, though. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for wasting food. I'm really sorry.
Think about all the kids in America that are starving.
quite.
I don't want to. I'll give them this durian. I'm sorry. It's
Ugh.
I can't. But
just-
yeah.
Looks like it should be eaten.
Thank you for coming and talking to me.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. You guys are always a great time. Before we go, I want you to tell them your story about falling on your bike and Aimen freaking out.
Oh God. Okay.
Amen? Why did you enlighten us?
Very fast.
Okay, we were coming home. It was late at night, kind of dark, but we have bike lanes in Nanjing, and they're actually, to be honest, way better than Toronto. Like, they have
yeah.
a separate spot for bikers only, and of course, people have to cross the bike lane to then cross the street. What people should not be doing is shouldn't stop in the bike lane because you wouldn't stop on the street with
In the middle of
cars.
the car, yeah.
So why would you stop on a bike lane? You shouldn't do that. So this lady just came out of nowhere without looking, with a hoodie on, and just like stopped in front of the bike lane, and like he bumped into her and like fell really hard and like scraped a whole bunch of like his hand skin. It was like not pleasant. And then I had to like hit the brakes and my back wheels went up and it was like all dramatic. And then I got so angry
Gangster, like.
and like I got off my bike.
She
and I-
went Hulk mode, is basically what she's trying
to
to
be
say.
honest, I did not know how angry I was until afterwards when I heard it back from you, and I was like, I wasn't close to her face, and he was like, you were this close to her face, and I'm like, I don't think so.
You were commenting on
I
her
see.
mother.
I
no.
see your anger, honestly. Like, pedestrians do that everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Like, just don't pay attention where they're going, like, have their earphones in. I'm like, I will run you over. What are you thinking?
Yeah. I remember getting off the bike, and I remember thinking I'm gonna move this bike out of the way to like go beat her up, and I was like, no, keep the bike in between you, have a barrier. This will help you calm down to have like a physical, but you know, bikes are short, and I'm slightly taller than a bike, so
You are?
slightly.
Okay, well, thank you guys for talking to me. And thank you, Bruno, for being such a good boy. Isn't he? Look at him, he's falling asleep. Oh my god.
He's so
Bruno.
tired.
Never stop being cute. Okay, bye.